The drums of liberation. They're beating. He has returned. Joy Boy, he has returned to free us. Monkey D nigga. I guess we're gonna talk about some manga.
You're watching Anime Sundays.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Anime Sundays, the show where we talk about anime on Sundays. Yes, as you all can tell, today we are Manga Sundays in full effect. But don't worry, we will only be talking about one specific manga, and that is the greatest manga out, One Piece. As you all know, I've been catching up on the One Piece manga. Why? Well, like my boy Rob said,
you have no choice. If you use the internet, if you breathe air, if you blink with these two eyes right here, you're going to get spoiled.
if you got a phone and you're a One Piece fan, you are going to get spoiled in these next few weeks, these next months, about what's going on in the manga of One Piece. It's obviously hitting the fan. Critical One Piece information is being divulged. Endgame stuff is what we're seeing here. You're gonna want to read the manga if you're a One Piece fan, especially because we know Toei has been hacked. No Toei shows are premiering right now. We don't know when they're gonna premiere. Of course, One Piece will come back, but if you don't want to just get spoiled forever, you gotta read the manga. I'm sorry. Trust me, I am not the manga advocate. I'm not the person that's gonna convince you to read all manga. But if you're a One Piece fan, this is the one you want to read. So with that being said, there's going to be a lot of manga spoilers. We're going to be discussing some of the latest chapters in Wano, some of the battles that have taken place and ended, and of course, what's going on with your favorite MC right now. So stay tuned.
もちろんだ。俺は海賊王になる男だ。
Okay, getting right into it. First off, I just want to say reading the One Piece manga to me is enjoyable. I do like the pacing more, but I definitely do like the anime still way better. The main reason why I don't read manga now is because I like all the effort and energy and just, production value put into the anime, that some of these moments that you're seeing for the first time when you're reading, they hit way different when you're seeing them for the first time in an anime, especially in the One Piece anime, and especially if you've always been a One Piece anime watcher. A lot of you have been like, well, bro, you was hating on the manga. It's not that I hate on the manga. I just would rather be watching this than reading it. But again, I feel like I have no choice, so that's why I'm reading it. Okay, let's get started. Let's talk about some of these Straw Hat fights real briefly. I know a lot of hooplas going around now, like who's the strongest, worst gen, what's the ranking of the Straw Hats. For me, if I go through every individual fight, let's start with Zoro. Zoro's fight was great. We really seen him tapping into Conquerors, tapping into the control of Enma. We've seen King being that special race that he is, pulling out a lot of fire moves, showing his experience in battle. But again, I wasn't that impressed with Zoro's fight, more so where I was impressed with Zoro in general in Wano. We see Zoro blocking attacks from Big Mom and Kaido, right? Using a 9-headed Asura, which I believe had Conqueror's Haki, to damage Kaido, damaging himself while using Enma past its limits, really helping to contribute in that first worst generation battle. Even when he's like down for the count, all his bones are broken, comes back ready to go after Chopper heals him. We gotta really give durability to Zoro when it comes to like worst generation. It's probably like Zoro Luffy when it comes to durability, because that boy really be going through it. Like my boy Rob said, it really was a battle between him and Enma. Yes, King was pulling out some stuff, but yeah, the problem with these zone type upper echelon pirates is that they do rely heavily on their fruit and less on their haki, I feel like. I really feel like King wasn't too much for Zoro once he started kind of getting Enma together. And of course, we love to see it. Sanji, I gotta tell you, I was impressed by Sanji's battle. Man got his German instincts kicking back out. He's got hard body. His foot is raising temperatures. He's bodying Queen, making him look light. I'm so glad to really see Sanji have a good kick up outside of his raid suit. I always felt like people were always trying to like, oh, well, Sanji's hard with the raid suit, Now I feel like we can officially say Sanji is just hard on his own. Do I say he's stronger than Zoro? No. Kid, very debatable, but I still think he's like right under the worst gen. And even Queen pulling out all his stops, his little hybrid mode. We seen Queen dismantling his body parts, and Sanji is still hanging. Robin, man, I gotta tell you, it's about damn time a female character in One Piece really got some shine. Oda's female characters in One Piece do pretty good, but compared to the male characters, not at all. We see Robin fighting Black Maria, really putting hands on her. And then we see this devil form Nico Robin, which I predict is coded in armament hockey because she's all black. And if that's the case, that makes Nico Robin very dangerous, that she has a form that big, that versatile already with her abilities, and she can somehow use armament. Now, some people say it's not armament, some people say it's fisherman karate, which we know does negate devil fruits because it has a relation to the sea, you know, a poor man's hockey, as Rob would say. But yeah, again, Robin putting in work for the women of the Straw Hat. Your boy Chopper, I mean, I gotta tell you, I've always been a big Chopper fan. People been hating on Chopper, talking about, oh, Chopper is definitely one of the weakest Straw Hats. We seen him fighting Queen, holding Queen back. We seen him healing enemies and allies on both sides. We seen him really like the MVP of the performance hall. So many people would have died if Chopper didn't come through. Yes, Marco was there. He helped out a lot, blocking King and Queen, holding them off simultaneously. But we gotta really give it up to Chopper as a doctor to come up with a antivirus that quick and it be stronger than the original. Yeah, Chopper, elite doctor, certifying his place, and was still boxing with Queen in Monster Point, which I be trying to tell people, Chopper in Monster Point is a decent problem. And I think now we're really seeing that. Frankie, finally, some better Frankie battles than when he fought that Mr. Baby guy, whatever the hell his name was. Seeing him fight another Toby Ropo, a Triceratops. This guy's also got strange abilities to fly. Frankie using Iron Pirate, holding it down, packing him up. Nami getting Zeus now. Cool, I'm still not like on the Nami train. Like, yeah, she's gonna be a big asset. She's just not gonna be a hindrance, I think, now. It is cool that she has Zeus. We've seen her zap up ulti, but again, ulti's been damaged. She's just been getting packed up by Big Mom. She just got packed up by Toma's animals and all the soldiers trying to fight her off. So Zeus doing her thing, helping Nami, yes, that's cool. But again, Nami to me is still one of the weakest Straw Hats. Usopp wasn't really doing much. They were kind of doing their bullshit. I'm not mad at it. That's what they do, right? And then everybody else, Jinbei holding up against Who's Who. We get that first introduction to Nika and the Sun God in the history. Jinbei made Who's Who kind of look like light work. I feel like he barely put his hands on bro. So you know how Jinbei does. He had his demon brick fist, I think, as well. Yeah, Jinbei's always been a problem. Everybody else was doing a great job in Wano. I love to see when the Straw Hats go all out. Even Toma, like, turning the tide with the numbers. She really the MVP of the whole arc, just because they were so outnumbered and now it's like an equal battle. All right, now let's get into some of this worst generation ranking. We talk about Law and Kid versus Big Mom. What did I think about the fight? Decent fight. Again, I still think it is a credit to Big Mom more than anything. I know a lot of you guys are saying, oh, Big Mom's trash now. She's taking L after L after L. Big Mom hasn't had to deal with this much noise in a very long time. So pirates getting away, people getting saved, all that stuff. She didn't have to deal with that in a while. I see a lot of people like, well, if she can't handle it and take these cats out, she's trash. Not really. Anybody trying to escape or having a plan or working with other great worst generation pirates are gonna get over on Big Mom. But I do think we gotta give a credit to her because she is still the swollest we've seen. Yes, Law and Kid going above and beyond, using their awakenings. Law is stabbing Big Mom and sending shockwaves throughout her body, breaking bones, right? We're actually having to see Big Mom heal this time, another OP ability of hers, where she's actually using the souls that she's collected to heal her body parts. We don't even know if she can just bring herself back to life yet. Big Mom to me is not trash. You can give that battle to Law and Kid, but again, any one-on-one, Big Mom would have took it. And realistically, if they were in any type of arena where you can't get rid of her, she probably would have bodied them too. So I still think we got to give Big Mom her credit. But we seen Law's awakening. He was extending his sword all the way to, the flower capital, or at least to the ground. That was cool. I wasn't really impressed. I'm sorry. Law's abilities to me, he needs to already be the strongest worst gen. Like him and Luffy should have really been boxing Kaido solo, if you ask me. Just because of how OP Law's Room Fruit is. Kid, his awakening, applying magnetism to anything, and of course, was able to pin down Big Mom. To me, that's kind of trash. If you look at the metal abilities of like a Magneto or any other character in fiction, the shit that they do with magneticism in terms of just flying having like whole cities crumble. I need to see more with this ability than just a giant arm or like poles being attached or a railgun, a big ass cannon. Cool. Like, come on, kid. You're literally a shy Magneto. You need to be doing shit where like niggas are engulfed in like planetary devastations of metal. So Law and Kid to me, I'm not impressed. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you are like, what are y'all talking about? Law and Kid are out here. Now, what's my little top 5 worst gen rankings? Obviously Luffy, Law, and then I have Zoro over Kid, and then Killer. And even Law and Zoro to me is neck and neck because Zoro doesn't have Emma under control. Once he gets Emma under control and can actively infuse Conquerors in it, he's going to be a serious problem. I don't think Law is going to be able to do anything about him using Conqueror slashes through his room. That's just me. We do see that with enough hockey, Law's room is not doing shit. He couldn't even move Big Mom and Kaido off of the roof. You know, I love to see Killer as well, taking on Hawkins. We all hate Hawkins. Pooh and all them, we already knew they were trash. Sheepy Zero, we already knew they were kind of trash. Nico Robin hyped up to the moon, but Nico Robin also been running from these people since she was a little girl. So I'm sure that knowledge-wise, that's why she's so afraid of them, not necessarily strength-wise. Now, we get into the hype, right? Monkey D. Luffy is now Joy Boy. It has now been confirmed that his fruit is not the Gomu Gomu fruit. It is not the Gum Gum fruit, but it's the human mythical zone type fruit of Sun God Nika. Now, what does this mean? What are gods in One Piece is what we have to start asking ourselves. What is considered a god? What is considered a legend? What is considered a myth? The Gorosei are obviously looking at Sun God Nika like, no, this nigga is not a myth. He was actually out here freeing slaves and fucking up the entire, ecosystem of the world government. Obviously, they were so afraid that they were chasing the fruit for 800 years and couldn't get it. So what are gods in One Piece? What are myths in One Piece? I think they're just regular people who have abilities, and we don't necessarily know the limit of their abilities or where they strive from, just like we don't know exactly where devil fruits come from. But I'm pretty sure Sun God Nika is an actual person, a being who was out here with the elephant, Tsunishima, doing his thing. Now, this leaves a lot more questions on Oda's plate now. What does it mean for a human fruit to have an awakening with a will attached to it? We know Chopper has a human fruit. We don't know if his awakening is going to be some crazy like human monster. We don't even know whose will is in his fruit. But let's talk about Luffy's fruit, right? Now, number 1, the fact that the Gorosei knew this and the fact that they were linking up with Shanks means Shanks probably also knew this as well. That's probably the main reason he was going to get the fruit. Was he going to eat it? We don't know. Was he going to keep it safe? We don't know. Did he know about it? We have to assume. Why would he just have that fruit and also be linking up with the Gorosei if he didn't know all this? Is Shanks an op? We don't know if he's an op, but the fact that he has some of this knowledge and has been hiding it, or it's a strong speculation that he's been hiding it, questions what is Shanks really trying to do? What is he really trying to accomplish? And why is he so buddy-buddy with the government, knowing that they have all this secretive, shady shit going on? We'll see how Oda unveils that later. Now, Sun God Nika, Joy Boy. We know the Gorosei say the abilities are pretty much limitless. The man fights with freedom and rubber-like abilities. I see a lot of people talking about Toon Force. I know power scalers like to just make up shit because you can compare Toon Force to other characters like the Mask, just other like goofy characters who have like a free range of kind of like imaginative abilities. Luffy using this Toon Force, turning things to rubber around him, turning Kaido into rubber, jumping out of Kaido's eyeballs like it's a window in a cartoon, right? Turning into giant Luffy. Jump roping Kaido. Let me just explain something to you. Jump roping Kaido alone is a feat where like some of you Naruto fans are gonna have to quiet down because nobody's casually jump roping Kaido. You feel me? Taking on blast breath and shaking off the burnt charcoal like he's in a cartoon, like he's in a Disney Pixar movie. Yes, I can see the Toon Force here, but we want to make sure that's confirmed. I do believe that it is beyond rubber. I do believe it's just not Luffy adding rubber to the elements around him. I do think he is morphing the reality around him, kind of like any other awakening. Some of you may say that's a 4D feat. Luffy's cartoon abilities, running across the sky, leaving flames behind him, is beyond rubber. It's not just rubber. Over time, as he starts using his awakening more and more, we start to see more of Joy Boy, Sun God Nika's will, his like aura coming out through Luffy, which means his imagination is probably gonna get greater. The abilities are probably gonna get more out of control. Punching Kaido's head and it's ricocheting all over the place. Not to say that Kaido's no hoe. Kaido has been eating all this newfound crazy abilities like it's just a day in the life. Using conquerors on this man, even though it's not working. Still landing good blows, still dodging him. Kaido is holding it down. Trust and believe, he is still not pressed yet. He's having a good battle, but he is still not worried. And I think that just goes to show how really at the top of the game Kaido is. If Luffy beats Kaido right now, which we assume he will be, I don't think it necessarily means that Luffy is the top of the verse. We still know that Luffy lost several times before, right? We still know that Shanks and Blackbeard still could be a problem for Luffy, especially if he doesn't have Gear 5 mastered. Now, is Luffy top 10 of all time? We still don't know, because we still don't even know who Sun God Nika really is. And again, I still don't think Luffy's at Roger's level or Prime Garb or Prime Rarely level. He's just starting to get into this ability, and it's just now kind of becoming a problem for Kaido. He does have him on the ropes, don't get me wrong, especially with Kaido hitting him with Conqueror's Haki every 5 seconds and he's just nothing happening. But again, I don't think that Luffy is going to be top of the verse. Now, this also opens up the question for, is Blackbeard have any wills to him? Now, we know both of his fruits should definitely technically be Paramecia's, unless we find out that the dark fruit is a zone type fruit as well, and it's actually the moon god spirit. I've seen some hypotheses going around about that. Then, that's a whole different other ball game. Now, we have a really big problem, because if Blackbeard's some reincarnated god as well, this shit's gonna hit the fan. Moving on. If y'all seen 1045, like I said, y'all seen Luffy going above and beyond. Kaido even says this man is straight out of a comic strip. We know that Luffy is OP as hell. But what does this mean for Luffy? We don't know about the drawbacks of Gear 5. We don't know if awakening too much could be critical to your life force. We already know Luffy's done played with his life so much in the past, with even called. We don't know what's gonna be the aftermath of this ability. So yeah, things are hitting the fan. I do believe with more time in this form, he is going to start really getting into his groove and start really putting his hands on Kaido. We just don't know how bad it's gonna be. And it all depends on how he defeats Kaido too. Kaido, who's been already fighting the worst gem, taking mad blows from Zoro, Law, Kid, everybody, Killer, Luffy using Rio on him, advanced armament, even though Luffy is encoded in advanced armament and conquerors. How is Kaido gonna go down if he's already been able to take so much? And then of course there's some other great elements of Wano. You got Momo turning into an adult. He didn't really put in no real work like I thought he would be, but he's still here. Yamato, I gotta tell you, this wolf fruit, this hybrid fruit, this dog fruit, hanging with Kaido almost on par in hybrid mode, 1v1, you can definitely say she's above Zoro. Is she above Law? If you ask me, yes. I think Yamato is above Law. Law's ability make it very tricky for him to lose certain battles, especially if the opponent isn't super durable or just OP. But Yamato was showing that, like, she really is baby Kaido. She really has everything Kaido has, just like a little step down. And yeah, the whole arc in general is just lit. Oda's pacing is amazing. His drawing is amazing. Don't worry, this is not gonna be many manga Sundays. It's not gonna just be talking about the manga all the time. But I did have to do a quick review of what's going on with Joy Boy and the battles at hand. The Straw Hats are definitely top tier crew now. Definitely the top worst generation crew. So yeah, if you're a One Piece fan, you do not want to be not caught up when the end of Wano comes about, because I'm sure it's going to be even more important information being divulged. And even with whoever's defeat, Kaido's defeat, Luffy's defeat, it's going to be some critical info there that you're going to get spoiled about. That's my take, how I feel about the different characters, their rankings, where they stand. And yeah, hope to see y'all next Sunday.